If the world fails to step up on climate action, 100 million people could be forced into extreme poverty by 2030. Africa is the most exposed region to the adverse effects of climate change, despite contributing the least to global warming. GDP exposure in African nations due to climate risk is expected to grow from $895 billion in 2018 to $1.4 trillion in 2023, nearly half of the continent's GDP. Climate change poses a significant risk to Kenya, making it one of the most disaster-prone countries in the world. Since finance sits at the center of business, CBK's vision is a banking sector that works for and with Kenyans. Some of the risks bank portfolio are: 1. Assets could be lost due to extreme weather events such as floods or drought. 2. Transition risk when markets abandon emission-heavy energy sources such as coal, leaving banks with obsolete assets. And 3. Liability risk if banks are sued for financing companies that negatively impact the environment. However, climate change also creates business opportunities for banks in a green economy investment landscape. These include resource efficiency and cost savings, low-emission energy sources, new technical and financial products and services, and housing and resilient infrastructure. On October 15, 2021, CBK issued the Guidance on Climate-Related Risk Management to help banks integrate climate-related risks into their governance, strategy, risk management, and disclosure frameworks. The objective of CBK Guidance on Climate-Related Risk Management is to embed climate change risks into banks' governance and reporting arrangements. The guidance provides banks with a roadmap for decision-making. Climate risk is becoming a business-as-usual risk, the same as credit risk or operational risk. Just like those risks, banks need to disclose on how they are tackling climate risk. How can my bank report on climate risk? 1. In an annual report. 2. In a sustainability report. 3. In a TCFD report created by the Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosures. The 4 pillars of the TCFD for disclosure of climate-related risk are: 1. Governance. How climate-related risks and opportunities are governed in the bank. 2. Strategy. How climate-related risks and opportunities are integrated in bank strategies. 3. Risk management. How the bank identifies, assesses, and manages climate-related risks. And 4. Metrics and targets. Metrics the bank uses to assess its response to climate-related risks. Bank boards must be ready to submit quarterly reports to the CBK on how they plan to implement the guidance by June 30th, 2022. A roadmap for implementation can be broken down to: 1. Sensitization of banks' chief executive officers and managing directors. 2. Banks' staff sensitization on climate change risk management. 3. Submission of board-approved implementation plan. 4. Quarterly updates on implementation of board-approved plans. And 5. Disclosures of climate-related information to enhance transparency benchmarked to TCFD framework. Working together with the framework provided by the CBK Climate Guidelines, we can help Kenya adapt to the reality of climate change while building a resilient financial sector for the 21st century and beyond.